Good morning, each and everybody out there in the house, broadcasting live from Mazatlan, Mexico. I'm Bill the Geek, and this is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. And we spread information about the joys of living in Mexico. It's Saturday morning. It's 10 a.m. Central Time. And we do this every Saturday, spreading the joys of living in Mexico. I'm very happy to be in Mexico. I've been down here about 20 years now, almost. And if you're new to the house, if you're just showing up for the first time, leave a comment. Tell us where you are. Tell us how the weather is. Tell us if you're thinking about moving down here, visiting down here, and ask any questions you would like. And we have a ton of people in the house. Many of these people that are in the house know more than I do. And whatever I don't know, it always ends up that somebody in the house will have the answers. We have a lot of people in the house this morning. We got Miss Sam in the house. Thank you very much. I hope I can come through today with some good information. We got Kate, Crazy Boy Radio in the house. Al Simons from Des Moines, Iowa in the house. And showing up really early this morning is William Stoneman. We had a lot going on this week in the news. I've been watching the news closely all week, so I'm going to share some stuff with you. To Serve Solutions. This is a new one. Good morning from Fort Worth, Texas. To Serve Solutions. Happy to see you here. Mary Jane. Hola, y'all. That's funny. Good morning, everyone from Gravity Victim. Lenora Wilson in the house from Baltimore, Maryland. And James, Dave James is back from Port Angeles, Washington. Liston Henry in the house. Good to see you. North Carolina. It's a beautiful day. Oh, wow. Well, we'll get to the weather soon. Lakaya Britton in the house. Ola Bryan Maiden in the house. Ola Bryan, great to see you here. Glad you could make it again. Michael Dobbins, good morning from sunny San Diego. Lakaya Britton, it's extremely cloudy down there. And then we have Depth 20. Ola Bill, James and Rena in Ahiheek. What, you changed your scream name? Okay, right on. Still got the cough, but I'm feeling great. And there's my neighbor upstairs, Miriam Newmark. Ola Miriam, you can probably hear me because I have my screen door open. She's just like 1 or 2 stories down from me on the same side of the building. Great to see everybody in the house. We have 33 people in the house, and we got 35 people in the house. We have a lot of likes. We have electricity this morning. We got nice, strong internet. The weather is fantastic here in Mazatlan. The temperature has been down all week. Notice I'm wearing my hoodie now. I was wearing hoodies all week. The humidity is pretty much dissipated down here. Of course, we had some hurricanes, and I'm going to talk about that this morning. Also, Jerry Aubin from Alberta, Canada, and Fairlane. Ola, good morning. I was thinking about you. Yes. Uh-oh. Somebody's calling me on the phone. I'm not going to answer it. It's a 322 area code in Mexico. That must be Telcel making a robocall. I don't know. Telcel, that's the cell phone company down here. They make robocalls. And you pick up the phone, you answer it, and then somebody just starts talking in Spanish. Blah, 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 blah. Who listens to that? Why they even do it? I just hang up. As soon as I hear blah, 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 I hang up. Padlock. Padlock, what is up? Yeah, Padlock. Great to see you here, Mackie. Hello from German Village in Columbus, Ohio, my hometown. Snowing here. Yeah, I got something for everybody about the snow. And she thinks so she speaks. Good morning, Bill, and everyone. Beautiful day here in Charlotte. High in the 80s. And let's go over here. People send me photos. What am I missing here? Okay. Brian let me go back here. Turn this off. Spam calls. Thank you, Mary Jane. Let's go over here. People send me photos. So Brian Maiden sent me this beautiful photo this week up there in Canada. And I emailed him back. He emailed me this image, and I said, Brian, I haven't seen snow in like 11 years. I haven't seen snow like that since when I moved back to DC to take care of my dad when he was dying. And they had 4 or 5 feet of snow on the ground. I haven't seen that for 11 years. That's one of the joys of living in Mexico. Now you can go northeast of Mazatlan into the mountains, into Durango. And in the wintertime, it does go down to about 30 degrees at night, but every day it's going to be like 72, 75 degrees in the afternoon, and it does snow there. And we have mountainous areas where it does snow also. Let's come over here. Winnipeg. Okay. Okay. So let's just keep on rolling. Yes, we had 2 hurricanes this week. We had snowed last night in Denver. No snow. That's why I'm down here, man. I tell you, I remember the February morning I left Columbus, Ohio 20 years ago. It was about 20 degrees, got on the plane, got off in Puerto Vallarta. It was 95 degrees in February. No more snow for me. No snow. Ha ha, no more snow. Vancouver, 30, glad I'm here. Yes. And Verlaine, yeah, we had 2 hurricanes this week. And let me look down through here. And Verlaine is in La Paz, which is at the bottom of the peninsula. She sent me a couple of videos this week. Here we go. Now that is in La Paz, and it really doesn't look that bad. Here we got the same, and that is Hurricane Norma. And she sent me this clip also. It's with sound, so you can hear the rain in the... Now, that doesn't look too bad, actually. The same day she sent me those videos, I was walking to the market, which is about 5 blocks away. It was about 6 inches of water walking all the way there. All of our main roads were flooded here. They sent us a message, the administrators of our building, that none of the employees were coming to work because there was just so much rain and cars couldn't get through the streets. But it wasn't as bad as it was in Puerto Vallarta like a week ago. This is just a week ago. I'm telling you, man, this hurricane stuff that's some scary stuff. This is Puerto Vallarta. Well, I guess this is 2 weeks ago. But this hurricane stuff is, I mean, woo! Look at that, Puerto Vallarta. They don't have good drainage in Puerto Vallarta, and I'll be happy to be moving to inland. Yes, that's one reason I'm moving inland, so I don't have to deal with any hurricanes. Okay, let's see what's going on now. Okay. David. Hola, David. David Maria, I think we're going downtown later today to check out the decorations. Is that Christmas decorations, David? Deep Think Now, 27 degrees in McCook, Nebraska. Can't wait to move to Mexico, Chapala area for safe landing. However, like you, Morelia has always been on our radar. Need more Spanish under my belt. Dave, I wouldn't worry about the Spanish too much. And in a way, I wanted to make a video about what is my day like here in Mazatlan, because pretty much, I hate to say it, but for most people, my life is kind of boring. Like I read a lot of news. I'm always researching video ideas, places to go, doing research about parts of Mexico that I can visit. I'm editing video. Yesterday, I read a ton of news, which is not good. I read a lot of inspirational stuff. I don't watch television. So much of my life is in this room, and it was so hot and humid here this summer. I tell you what, this summer was unbearable. You can see I have a hoodie on for the first time. This is the first time I've worn a hoodie in a broadcast for about 5 or 6 months. That's how long it's been hot and humid. But to get back to Deep Think Now, worrying about your Spanish, I wouldn't really worry about it. Just come on down, and when you get down here, just study a lot. My cousin that lives in Ajijic, she says she has to study Spanish for specific situations. Like if you're going to the doctor, you're going to the dentist, you need to tell them, "Oh, this tooth hurts." Well, you need to know how to say tooth hurts, duele, diente, dentista, stuff like that. But or if you move down here, you're just going to be going to the store. I mean, and then they have all these apps you can buy. You point the app at a product on the shelf. It translates the words on the can that you're buying, or the bag of pasta that you're buying. It tells you what it is. So I wouldn't worry about it at all. Lowell, back from Mexico City, completed Conhe process and now have permanent residency. Congratulations. Doesn't that feel good? going back down in January to spend time in Waukesha. If anyone has any helpful hints or suggestions, please share. Yeah, I've never been there. I want to go. Wow. Now the lifeguard hoodie makes a lot of sense. I'm telling you, man. Mm. I'm telling you, man, I've been sleeping with the windows open. And I remember when I first moved into this place, the realtor, I was sitting in this room with the owner and a realtor, Alejandra Campos. And I said, well, what's the weather like in the winter? She said, oh, it's going to be a low of about 65 every night. It's going to be a high of about 72 every day. So yeah, I wear hoodies like all the time. I like that. James and Rena. Oh yeah. James and Rena, glad we moved inland. 14 inches of rain from the last storm. And I'm telling you, man, this hurricane stuff, it scares the heck out of me. I'm getting out of here, man. I just hope I can get out of here soon enough. Then you had the hurricane in Acapulco this week. I mean, Acapulco was wiped out, and AMLO, the president of Mexico, and people were saying, well, what's going on in Acapulco? For 3 or 4 days, there was no communication. They didn't have internet. They didn't have telephone communication. They were pretty much separated from the world. And they are really hurting. They say that 80% of the hotels in Acapulco were pretty much wiped out. That's just scary. And I live 3 or 4 blocks away from the ocean. I mean, no, I'm moving inland. And where I'm going to live, which is Morelia, and let's look at a map of Morelia. Where is Morelia? Maybe we can't see it on this map, so let's just get out of there. I think the worst thing that can happen to me in Morelia is a severe earthquake or flooding from some weird storm. But I'm done with hurricanes. Hurricanes are scary. And I mean, we had 2 hurricanes this week, and those hurricanes can hit anywhere. And if a hurricane hit here with all these hotels on the beach and all the high-rise condos, just like Acapulco, they're going to be rebuilding Acapulco for like 20 years. That's just crazy. No more. Verlaine. Downtown La Paz was like that, flooding cars, roads closed. No, thank you. Dr. John, enjoying Indian summer. Hoo-ah. Late check-in. Dr. John, always happy to see Dr. John in the house from New Jersey. And I tell you what, one of the most beautiful things about New England is the fall. And having lived in New Hampshire for 4 years, driving through the mountains in the in New England in the fall time, the weather's good. I mean, it's like 58 degrees. You got a hoodie, a sweater on. You're on the freeway. All the mountains are filled with beautiful trees changing colors. It's a fabulous, it's wonderful. It's just like an act of God right in front of your eyes. I love New England for those reasons. Let's see what's going on down here. Stephen Nathan. Hello, Stephen. Happy to see you here. Lakaya Britton. Sorry, folks. Hey, Lowell. I'd love to hear about your trip we're looking at Oaxaca. Yeah, I want to go there myself. And for people that have no clue of what they're talking about, let's hide that message. Oh, no, 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 no. Let's hide that message and let's come down here and show everyone where that is. Why not? Here on the map, let's zoom out. And you can see Mazatlan up here on the west coast, the northern west coast. You can see Puerto Vallarta down here. Here's Guadalajara, lovely Guadalajara inland. Guadalajara is about a 5-hour bus ride from Puerto Vallarta. Okay. There's Guanajuato, wonderful Guanajuato right there. South of Guanajuato is wonderful Morelia right there. And let's keep going south. I'm really curious, and this is what you guys are talking about right here. Osaka, however you say it. But what what is that? Is that like a lake? What am I looking at there? Is that a lake? It can't be the ocean. Because there's, unless that picture's of the ocean, but there it is. It's inland. You should be somewhat insulated from hurricanes, but let's get out of there. Let's get out of there for now and get back over here and see what people are talking about. Mark Watkins, how is traveling by pickup from the border? Driving, I'm going to say I've driven from the border to Puerto Vallarta 2 times. And plan ahead. My rule of thumb is never drive at nighttime, not so much for criminal activity. But that's too. But I leave wherever I am. I leave at 7 in the morning, and once 3 o'clock in the afternoon hits, I get off the highway. I find a hotel, and I plan ahead. I plan ahead so I know, well, to get from the border, I can get to San Luis Potosi in about 8 hours. So whenever you get to a big city and look up what hotels are there, and then just pull over in that city, because once you leave us, and again, I've said this before, the thing about Mexico is they don't have those little signs. Like, if you're driving from Columbus, Ohio to Cincinnati, every 5 miles, they have 3 sets of signs. They have a sign for McDonald's, Burger King, Pizza Hut, all on one side. Then they have a sign for all the hotels that are there and which direction it is. They don't do that in Mexico. They don't tell you diddly squat. No. Yeah. The last sign in the United States they have is gas stations. There's BP America, there's Shell. They've got 5 gas stations. They don't do that in Mexico. Also, I always took the toll roads. They have 2 types of roads down here. One type of road is the free roads. And I did that by accident. I took some free roads, and it's quite an experience because they have goats down here and goat herders. And many of time the people that raise goats are moving them down the freeway. You got 100 goats, and they're like a foot away from the freeway. You got this guy with 100 goats. Or it could be cattle or pigs, and I find that the toll roads are expensive, but they are in excellent condition. And I was flying, man. I mean, I was getting it. Yeah, traveling by pickup is very cool. Very cool. Just get off the road when the sun goes down, pick the big cities that you can stay in, find out what hotels are there. Another tip is, and I've said this before, another tip is one time I was traveling south to Puerto Vallarta. They have a chain of restaurants. I think they're called College Inns. They're very basic, but they're very modern and very clean and inexpensive. So I found one. I had no clue where it was. So what I did is I found a taxi driver and I said, hey, I want to go to the College Inn. And that's where knowing some Spanish can help. But if you know you're going somewhere and you know that you're going to have to talk to somebody and ask somebody a question of how do you get here, have it written down. If you know that you're going to a hotel in a certain spot, have that address written down so you can just show it to the taxi driver. Then you don't you don't need to know any Spanish. But driving in Mexico, as long as you know where you're going to spend the night, is cool. It's very cool. Katrina the Maker. Hey, everyone. Yes, click that like button. Oh, shoot. Look at this. We got 57 people in the house, 28 lights, and people are giving up the dollarinis today, and we like that because it's Saturday. Saturday is the end of my week, and I've been lazy this week. I'm never real lazy because I can't do nothing. I'm always thinking about videos, but I didn't do any production this week. I decided to take kind of 2 weeks off because I have this trip coming up. But yeah, thank you, Katrina, for telling people to click the like button. And your friend is saying hi. David, no decorate. Dave and Maria, decorations for Day of the Dead. And I almost forgot all about it. Oh, come on. I deleted all of my Day of the Dead images, but this Thursday, what am I doing? This Thursday is Day of the Dead, and they'll have a huge parade down here. It's going to be fabulous. Okay, now, I got to scroll here, see what's going on. Lakaya Britton, I'll pass my thoughts on up to date videos. I am also going to take a quick look at Morelia when I am my way back up north eventually. I really like Morelia. I'm moving there. I will be leaving Vermont after over 20 years. Yes, we will miss the autumn. The autumn is the bomb because I lived in New Hampshire. What I liked most about Vermont and New Hampshire were the drinking laws. Yeah, my parents drove me from Ohio to New Hampshire, took me to my college. We found the dorm. My parents left my dorm, headed back to Ohio. I'm in it was my first time, my first serious time in New Hampshire. And within 30 minutes, I had an ounce of marijuana. And then I went into downtown Hanover and I found a bar. And and in New England, the bars in these little towns, they're like pubs. That's another beautiful thing about New England is the restaurant, the chicken, the clam chowder in these little, really old establishments. And I was used to the legal drinking age in Ohio being 21. And so I'm sitting at the bar, and I said, "What kind of 3-2 beer do you have?" That's like beer that has like no strength. And the bartender looked at me like, "What's 3-2 beer? What's 3-2 beer?" I said, "Oh," I said, "What's the drinking age here?" He said, 18. And I said, "I'll take a Heineken." Woohoo! And that's how I started uh, my days in Vermont and New Hampshire. And Brian Maiden, thank you so much for sending me that snow-filled image. I know you're coming down here in this winter, but also thank you for contributing to the channel. Your contribution goes a long way. This is how we're able to afford to take these trips. And I'm going to talk about the trip coming up shortly. 11:59. Hi, Bill. There seem to be lots of hurricanes along the coast. Puerto Vallarta caught a nightmare a couple of years ago. I like the water, but not that much. No, and I want to add, like I lived in Cincinnati for 10 years, and Cincinnati is right on the Ohio River. And my landlord in Puerto Vallarta, he owned properties right on the Ohio River, little cabins. And it was like every 2 or 3 years, the Ohio River would rise up and wipe out a bunch of houses of people that live on the river. It happened in Cincinnati also. Why go through that? I like the beach and all of that kind of stuff, but hurricanes are deadly. They know of 27 dead people in Acapulco. I don't want to go like that. I mean, I'm looking at this building over here, and it's like 20 stories. What do you do if you live on the 19th floor? The electricity goes out. You don't have any elevator to get down, you know? And they say 80% of hotels, all their doors and windows blew out. No, no, not me. I'm not living like that. No, I'm moving inland. Here we go. Dennis Conrad, I'm leaving northern Maine in about a week for Oaxaca. I'm due to end up there by December 1st. Well, welcome to Mexico. I still love Mexico. I'm never going back to the United States. And I'm not even going to the United States to visit. There's no reason, because it's crazy up there. I mean, what they got? Oh, finally they got a Speaker of the House. He's a nut. Him and his wife. What, the new Speaker of the House? What's his name? Mini Mike. He's like 3'6", and Mini Mike, his wife, does counseling, and she says homosexuality is like bestiality or incest. There you go. I mean, it's nuts. It's crazy. I'm not going up there. And people love Donald Trump. I'm sorry. We'll talk about that later. Oh, do you celebrate Day of the Dead? Verlaine, if I lived in El Centro, right in the middle of Mazatlan, I would go out and walk around El Centro. But there's going to be like 1 million people down there, it's wonderful. And what I should do is like think ahead and get a hotel downtown, like a block from El Centro. If I was doing that, I would go out. But I mean, it's gonna be like it's gonna be like an $8 cab ride to get down there, and then it's like you can't even move around with people, and it's nice to see. But I did it last year, and I'm not going back. I'm done. There you go, Dr. John. Al Simon, The Yarboroughs have a few videos on Morelia. Okay, yeah, on Oaxaca. I'll have some. I'll be, and once I get to central Mexico, that won't be for about 8 months. Then I'll have several videos on that also, because I'm the man. I'm the man. I can't help myself. I just do it. Lowell, you are looking at the coast. The coast side. Oh, okay. Oh, we were looking at the state and not the city. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I watched them, Al. I like their channel too. They're a fabulous couple, and it would be so cool. It would be, oh my God. Wait, I'm shocked right now. I would love to have, like, they're a couple. It would be so cool to be in a couple, and they're both smart, they're both adventurous, they're both creative. And I've always wanted a partner who was adventurous and creative, and they're both cute. I mean, that would be awesome to be in their situation. And last year they had 18,000 subscribers. Last year at this time they had about 18,000 subscribers. Now they have 50,000 subscribers. God bless them. Puerto Escondido, Mazunte, etc., coastal towns on Pacific state of Oaxaca. Yeah, I don't care about. I might visit the beach for a minute and get out of there. Padlock. Yeah, there you go. Okay, the coastline is the Pacific Ocean, including Puerto Escondido y Huatuco. Cool. Thank you so much, you guys, for helping me get my stuff together. Padlock 39. Have you spent time there? No, I haven't. I've been to Huatuca twice, but I need to see different regions. Tropical compared to New Mexico. Very good. John Ketchum, thank you so much, John Ketchum, for contributing to the channel. That 1999 will go far. It'll go very far. Thank you so much, James and Rena. It's okay to drive at night if you know the area. Cross country is a different story. Yes, only drive during the day. And James and Rena, that is a very good point. Like in Guadalajara, in Chapala, in Puerto Vallarta, sure, I drove at night, but but taxis are so inexpensive. Uber is so inexpensive that I knew that if I was going to be drinking, if I had any clue that I was going to have any alcoholic beverage at all, I just take Uber because it's so cheap, or get a taxi because it's so cheap. But driving at nighttime in the cities, never drive in the country ever, because they don't have lights out there, and all of Mexico has animals: cows, horses, pigs, goats, chickens, and they don't have, a lot of these places don't even have fences. So you're driving around in the middle of night, and all of a sudden there's a cow out in the middle of the road. Yeah, right on. Katrina the Maker, Ola, people talking to everybody, having a good time. And then, have you been to the town of Tasco? They call it the Silver City. Many people say it looks like Italy. Got it on the list. Let's just keep rolling here. Coco Mango is in the house, and John Ketchum. Ola Geeksters from rainy city, Little Rock, Arkansas, just down the road from Texarkana. Yahoo! Have a couple of tacos on me. Wow. That deep think now. Yeah, I'm gonna have a couple of tacos for sure. That God bless you, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. I mean, that's fabulous. That's like $100. Why? Hey, everybody, we got 58 people. 58 people in the house. Everybody reach down. Give me $100. Everybody just reach down and pull $100 out of your bank account. Then you won't see me for about 5 months. Ha ha. Deep Think Now. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel. That is true, Bill. Let's see now. Here we go. Yeah, the crazy politics. My new number one reason is I mean the stuff going on up there. Let me get to this just for a minute. Let's go through some U.S. updates here. We got people flipping. Jenna Ellis, there's her mugshot. She just flipped this week. She used to be Donald Trump underwear. I mean, she was on him like skin on a body. I mean, no, she flipped. Sure. Dr. Powell flipped. This week, Mark Meadows flipped. And Donald hasn't been talking too much because I think he knows if he keeps talking about people bad, he got fined like $10,000 this week for talking about people bad. And I think if he keeps talking about people bad, I think he's going to go to jail. Thus, I mean, we haven't heard from Donald all morning. It's crazy. That's just some crazy stuff. Got to get out of there. Okay, now. Okay, I'm gonna. I was thinking about. Now, I love what I do. I'm gonna keep on making videos, but I saw something very interesting in the news in Virginia this week, and I just thought that I would share this with you. Okay, now check this out. I'm going to show you a picture. Here we go. That is the White House in Washington, D.C. And I think the picture is from like 1915, something like that. And look at all of those sheep. Well, that's before they had lawnmowers. This is how they did yard care for the White House. Get a bunch of sheep, let the sheep go out there. Notice they have a place for the sheep to eat, so they must have been there like all the time. Okay, so here's why I am bringing this up. Here, you got to see this. You got to see this. Here, okay. Okay, so I'm watching the news, and this is a guy in Virginia. And here you go. You got to see it. He's in Virginia. He'll come to your house. He brings like 20 sheep. And if you look on the right-hand side, you can see it. This is a neighborhood. And he lets the sheep out in your yard for 2 hours. And that costs you like $200 for 2 hours. And they say that the sheep eat your grass to the appropriate level. And then they do doo-doo, caca. In Espanol, that's caca, doo-doo, crap, fecal matter, okay? And that's good for the grass. And for like $300, you can have them all day. And I'm thinking, because people email me and they say, well, what kind of job could I have in Mexico? There you go. Get a little truck, go out and buy some sheep. And in areas like Puerto Vallarta, Guadalajara, where people, even Mexico City, where people have yards, and you just take the sheep to the house and let them out. There you go. I'm just trying to people people email me with all kinds of weird questions. Can you help me get a job in Mexico? Can you help me get a job in Mazatlan? No. No, I can't. I can't do it. Whatever. Unfortunately, drinking age is now 21. Yeah, they always mess things up. It is nuts to live in the U.S., James and Rena, declining for the last few decades. Run to the fun, sane side of the border. Amen, James and Rena. And we have to hook up before I make my move. Axel Foley just dropping in to say hi. It's fall in the Poconos. I know that's beautiful. And leaves are all on the ground. Very good. The Poconos, a great place. Wild Burros. Yep. I'm due to be down there on January 10th. Have you spent time there already? Stephen Nathan. Oh, Waka. Thank you. Thank you, Stephen Nathan. Oh, Waka. Oh, Waka. Thank you so much for help with that pronunciation. Oaxaca. Uh-oh. Close. Oaxaca. Thank you. I'm still learning. And they say that a true master knows that he is always a student. And that's me, man. That's the beauty of Mexico, because from day to day, you never know what you're going to see. You're going to when you first get here, you're going to see stuff that you never saw before frequently. Then after you've been here 10, 15 years, you see all the weird stuff, but you're still going to see stuff that's just going to blow your mind. When you move to Mexico, that's the beauty of living in Mexico. It always involves love and happiness, but you just see weird stuff and animals in weird places. Yeah, okay. People interested in Oaxaca, a good resource is OLL Lending Library for expats, English speakers, for activities, real estate resources, and much more. Well, you just LOL 62. Thank you so much. Gringo Library is on Calle de Jesus Maria Pino Suarez. See, I can say basic Spanish stuff. Okay, there you go. Ms. Sam. Oh, I received my permanent visa recently. I'm so happy. Thanks for your inspiration. Ms. Sam, doesn't that feel good? I remember when I got every visa that I ever got, I felt good. When I got a 180-day visa, I felt good. I got a 2-year visa. I felt good. When I got the permanent visa, that was the one that I felt the best about. Ms. Sam, congratulations. We have 60 people in the house, 41 likes, and we got $136 in contribution. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing this time with me on Saturday mornings. And I got to catch up here. Lowell, Miss Sam, congrats. Me too. Yeah, right on. Congratulations from Brian Maiden. Hi, Bill. I just landed in Mexico. Currently, I am in Guadalajara, but we're checking out other cities as well. Okay. Braz. Braz. Make sure you check out El Centro and the plazas down there. Be sure to visit Tlaquepaque. If you can get a place to stay near Tlaquepaque, it's just fabulous. They have nice bars, restaurants, museums. You're only about 45 miles from Ajijic, Chapala. Those are places to check out. Enjoy yourself. Guadalajara is a great city. Congratulations. Have a good time. Thanks, Brian. Miss Sam, Lenora Wilson. I know Mexico City, Ajijic, and Chapala are soft landings, but which place have the lowest cost of living? Okay. Or is there another place similar weather and soft landing? I'm going to go with Morelia, Guanajuato from what I know right now. There's Jocotepec. Ajijic is very expensive, and Mexico City being a big city, I'm going to have to look that up because I bet you can live in Mexico City very, very affordably. I would bet that just because the city is so large. For a soft landing. And for some reason, wait, let's just keep on going here. Got that one solved. What's next, Bill? You're funny, dude. Next month, Lowell. Thanks so much. Just keep rolling here. Better than other places I listed. How are the streets there? I tell you what. Come down here and travel. Just come down here and visit. And if you're coming down, just be ready to get on that bus or to get on the plane and visit and check things out. And you guys all know that I've been to many different places. I fall in love with everywhere that I go, especially the affordable places. Thanks. We got more thanks coming in. Okay. Eggs are a refrigerator in the U.S., but not in Mexico. If you eat eggs, is this a concern or does it even matter? Yeah, that's one. That is one of the many freaky things about Mexico. If you go into any store in Mexico, almost any store, the eggs are not going to be refrigerated. They have certain stores in Ajijic where a lot of gringos go, and they have a lot of gringo products that you can't find in general Mexico supermarkets. Things like Miracle Whip, stuff like that. Campbell's chicken noodle soup that says chicken noodle soup on the outside in English. And those gringo markets will refrigerate their eggs. But if I go to 7-Eleven right now, they're going to have like 200 cartons of eggs, and they're just sitting out there. They're not refrigerated. If you go to Walmart, mile away from here, they have a whole bunch of eggs just sitting out there. They're not refrigerated. That's one of the freaky things. My ex-wife, I was with her for 8 years. She never refrigerated her eggs, but the longer that she was with me, she soon began to refrigerate her eggs. And she's kind of a chef, but she started to understand that refrigerating eggs is kind of a good thing. Okay, now something is going on here with my screen. Let's scroll down here. Okay, something just happened on my screen. I don't quite understand it. That's okay. Strong indigenous populations, the streets and sidewalks in good shapes. Yeah, and I'm so happy that so many people have traveled and can share information. Autumn Green. Better late than never. Also, the Pacific coastal town of Puerto Escondido is around a $40 flight, about 45 minutes. Excellent information. Eggs that are not washed can last a long time. In the US, they're washed, and that's why they're refrigerated. That's interesting. I didn't know that. William Mustache Stone Man. Here we go. Most of the time, milk is sold in shelf stable cartons. That's interesting. We were surprised about that since there wasn't a refrigerated dairy case. Yeah, you see stuff down here. It's freaky. You see some freaky stuff. Dennis Conrad just collected mine, and yes, with the bloom left on eggs, they can sit on counter and remain fresh. See the stuff is Brian. No, Brian. Brian. No, I'm gonna show you where Brian is. Let's show you where Brian is. Brian sent me. Here's where Brian is. That's Brian is here. He's coming down here, but this is where Brian is right now. Brian is in Canada. He want to be here, and he's coming down here. He'll be here very shortly. I think he's just waiting for that weather to change a bit. Miss Sam, when are you heading down to explore? There you go. Great. Okay. I do want to. I am going to show you this map. Let's turn this off. We have 66 people in the house. We have 45 likes. But I do want to go back to the map. I want to go back to the map. And I'm still working on my trip. Okay, so I've got my Airbnb lined up. I'm leaving here on the 13th. And you can see Mazatlan up here. I'm going to fly out of Mazatlan. I'm going to fly into Leon. That's a 1 hour and 10-minute flight, approximately. It took me 16 hours to do that on the bus. And then once I get to, and the reason I'm going is on the 17th of November, they have the largest balloon festival in Latin America, and they're supposed to put up 600 hot air balloons over the period of 4 days. So I'll get to Leon. Leon is the leather capital of Mexico. I'm going to do a video about the leather capital. I'm going to do a video about the history of Leon. And I'm going to do the balloon festival. But I had to make a decision. Well, where can I go? Because I've been to Guanajuato. I loved Guanajuato. William Mustache Stoneman said, hey, if you get to Leon, you can take a taxi to Guanajuato. It takes you about 30 minutes, costs about 500, 600 pesos. That's $25, $30. Okay, thank you. And that's what I did. But this city down here, Irapuato, I was checking that out. That is in the state of Guanajuato, but I think I've decided to go to this town. I'm going to spend 2 days in this town, Lagos de Moreno. Population somewhere between 110 to 165,000 people. It's supposed to be fabulous. So I'm going to go there and do a video about this city. And the reason I'm bringing this up is there are so many fabulous places in Mexico. I mean, there's just so many fabulous places in Mexico, like Lagos de Morenos. I mean, So I'm going to check that out, make a video. So when I get back here, and I'm going to do a live broadcast from Leon. Yeah. So whatever. Yeah. But I mean, Mexico just has so much to offer, and it's all wonderful and peaceful. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's go down here. Lowell, Miss Sam, when are you heading down to explore Crazy Boy Radio? Hey, Bill, going to have to tune in later and heading out to do some fishing. Right on. Cheers from Baja. Wishing everybody a great day. We're getting ready to sign out here ourselves. Crazy Boy. Saunders got voice. Happy Saturday, Bill. Looking forward to hearing about your journey. Thank you. Thank you so much. Lenora. Bring my mother. She is 70, not able to travel there before making a move. Extremely costly to board the dogs. Ciao. Clio. Tutti from Italy. La Dolce Vita. Hola. Hola, Dolce. I love Guadalajara. I love the beautiful malls there. Tlaquepaque is the bomb. I stayed there for a month. Beautiful people. I adored them. Guadalajara. I was there. I lived there for 4 years. It was cool. It's just a little too. It was just a little too big, a little too spread out. I understand. I having 2 German. Sadly, they were both very elderly. Lost them last year. Boarding, yeah, dogs. No dogs for me. But I heard Guanajuato. Yeah, Guanajuato is beautiful. But in El Centro, you have to live in El Centro, because getting to our Airbnb and getting into the center of town was, I love the city, but yes, it is very hilly. But it's fabulous. If you can live in El Centro, it's the place. Looking forward to doing an interview with you one of these days. Okay, I'll be in touch. Crazy Ball. I'll be in touch very soon. Actually, it is. And maybe at the Torrent for sure, if not in decent shape. And that's, Lowell. Yeah, you hit that right on. Okie dokie. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Oh, here we go. Let's do this. 700 GM. Can you buy alcohol in Mexico after 2 a.m.? What's the drinking age in Mexico? I've never seen anybody carded in Mexico. I think it might be 18. I don't know. And can you buy alcohol after 2 a.m.? I'm going to say in almost everywhere, no, except for small tiendas that are family owned. If you know the owners, if you've been shopping there for a few months or a year, you can probably buy alcohol anytime you want. And I did a video on buying alcohol in Mexico. I'm thinking any restaurant can sell you alcohol 24/7. They're going to charge you full price. So if you can't go to 7-Eleven, to Walmart, to the grocery store and buy your alcohol because it's too late, just go to a restaurant. And if you just want a 6-pack of beer, tell them you want it to go. They're going to charge you full price. That's going to be right around $3 a beer. So yeah, you can do it, but it's going to cost you. Yes, there you go. Yes, that's my situation. They are up in age now. Yeah, dogs. Brian Maiden, thank you very much, Brian. See you all next weekend. Brian, thanks for showing up. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Thank you for that fine donation, Brian, and thank you for all the help that you have shared with people about the joys of living in Mexico. Ms. Sam, I go to Morelia. Love everywhere I've traveled in Mexico. Love Guadalajara and Mexico City. Mexican people are incredibly some of the best people in the world. So true. So true. Okay, you guys. Well, we're getting out of here, man. It's time to go. We're gonna take off. Let me see now. Let's go over here. Here we go. I'm Bill the Geek, and if you're watching the if you're watching if you're watching the rebroadcast and you would like to contribute to the channel, there's a link in the description below, and you can contribute via PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, or American Express. Or you can just go to billthegeek.org, and there's a big donation button right on that front page. I'm Bill the Geek, and this is the Bill Dallas Lewis. Oh, crazy boy. That's just not true. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. Thank you each and everyone for showing up again. And we will see you next Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time when we go live. Love you all. Have a great weekend. Adios. Hasta luego. And que te vaya bien.